Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Oh my goodness. I absolutely love this day in the Art Boss Challenge. Welcome to day 2 of the Art Boss Challenge. My name is Rena Uha. I am so excited to be here today. We had a really big announcement yesterday. We had an announcement that we're offering the opportunity to work with us, to work with Team Art Boss, and also have free access to the champagne room for 3 months. Oh my goodness. We're going to be talking more about the giveaway and working with us for 3 months for free during the rest of today's training. But I just wanted you guys to know that if you missed yesterday's training, it is available in replay. We have a lot of different ways that you can access that replay. You can simply watch it anytime you want to in the Facebook group. It's also located in what we used to call our super secret studio, but the reality is everyone has access to that studio. So there are lots of different ways to watch and rewatch the training that we have. Everything that I am sharing with you this week, it builds. Okay. So yesterday we talked about the whole entire system and the tools that we can use in our businesses to be on that simplest and fastest path to a 6-figure art income. Okay, so today we're going to be spending some time together talking about lead generation. I love this day because getting our art businesses, especially online, up and running is really important for us to have a lead generation machine that's allowing for us to get back into our studios. We're going to talk about it. This is like the first place where we can start automating our businesses super fast and super easily. And so it's thus one of my favorite days. Okay. So as you guys are signing in, give us a like or a heart or a thumbs up. Let us know that you're here. Say hi in the chats. I already see that folks are saying hello. I want to first get some of the fun stuff. Let's do some fun stuff first. I want to know about you. I want to know about your artwork. I want to know what your passion is. Like, tell me a little bit about your artwork and maybe like how long you've been doing it. As you guys, I'm going to wait for comments. So as you guys, I'm going to take a little drink first. As you guys are just sharing with us, I want you guys to recognize that this Art Boss Challenge community is full of insanely talented artists. Okay. We have the opportunity to work with who are walking the same path. We really work hard here at the Art Boss to make sure that our communities are supportive and that the people who are partaking in the community, that they're giving as much as they're taking. And so we're so excited to be able to have a community of like-minded artists who are all walking the same path and looking for that simplest path to a 6-figure art income. Okay, so we work really hard to maintain this. As you guys are telling me a little bit about your art, I mean, let's share. Let's start talking about art. Let's talk about our artwork. I'll just share my little short story about my artwork. I'm primarily an acrylic artist. Yeah, I can do oils. I can do watercolor. I love encaustic. Heck, I'm even known to throw a piece of pottery or two. But there's just something about acrylics that I absolutely love. I've been working as a full-time artist since 2012. When I say I've been in all the income streams, I'm serious. I've done it all. When I work with my art licensing clients, they typically gravitate towards my floral artwork. You may have seen my florals out there. Also, let me see here. I do a lot of pet portraits. There's one behind me. I do those because my lead generation machine, I have it set up to automatically find leads for pet portraits. Super sweet. And I also am known for pineapples. Okay, so you can see a pineapple behind me. It's actually the symbol and representation to my social business, the business that I give back to the world, and I provide support for international adoption and specifically support for families who are serving the world with international adoption. So that's a little bit about me and my artwork. When we get to hang out with insanely talented artists all the time, that insanity can rub off. But what's more important, the insane part about really just having a skill set that only like about 2 or 3% of the population has. Okay. We have a lot of creativity out there. So I don't want to say like that other people aren't creative, but actually the group of people who take their creativity and then manifest things and bring it into real life by taking something up here and making it actually happen, there's just a few of us. So I absolutely love being able to work with you guys. So I'm going to just read through some of the comments today and kind of see what you guys are doing. I'm just kind of pulling them out because we have a lot of people who are engaging. Make sure to read through these comments. There's probably someone here that you're like, you're just going to connect with. You're just gonna be like, oh my gosh, I totally get it. I totally get why they're so passionate about it. Been an artist since I was a child. Oh my gosh, who can relate? Oh my gosh. My mom's an artist. It's in the family. Yeah, I love that. I currently paint meditative abstract paintings that bring peace into people's homes. Love it. Love it. Let's see here. Passionate in helping hurting people. I love when art makes people feel good. I can't do oil because I'm allergic. Oh, I'm so sorry. And I need things to dry faster. Okay, there we go. I'm an acrylic artist as well. I love the fact that acrylics dry so fast. So I get you, girl. Or I get you. I'm not sure who that was. Okay, from the Los Angeles area, abstract painter, working mostly with acrylic and alcohol inks. Oh, I love alcohol ink too. I love that too. Full time, about 4 years now. Prior was a corporate HR, married 30 plus years, autistic son, lots of stress, but a beautiful mess. Girl, we totally get you. I shared a post, I think it was yesterday. It's called The Unexplainable Need. If you want to go into my personal profile, you can check it out. Follow me. Go over there and follow me in my personal profile. I shared a post that I talk about this unexplainable need. Not everybody is going to get us. As artists, not everyone is going to get us, and that's okay. And I kind of share my story about how, like, when I'm out there and I'm like, I'm an artist, and I kind of get that look from people that they're like, oh my goodness, you poor thing, you must be starving. I'm like, no, we have this amazing, beautiful product that we share with the world. And I get every single day, I'm able to work with insanely talented artists who are making six figures and beyond by selling their products. So I'm so excited that you guys shared. I'll read through those comments more as we go forward. I'm going to be sharing a little bit during housekeeping, but I'll let you guys know. Miss Rita, who was here yesterday, she actually had an appointment, a doctor's appointment that she had to go to today. Everything's fine, thank goodness. But she was like last minute doctor's appointment. She has a big family and she just was like, I've got to take this appointment. So she's not going to be here today to be able to manage and guide you through the comments. I'm going to do my best to be able to do that. We have Shauna, who usually works with us, but she's actually teaching Art Bosses right now. She has a content creation class that she's teaching. And all of our other Art Boss, Team Art Boss members, one's moving, so I'm going to be doing my best to manage the comments today. And might go a little bit slower because of that. But I just want you guys to know I'm so excited that you're here, okay? You guys are creative. We know that. You were placed on this earth to create. You have amazing artwork. And I'm willing to bet that you get lots of oohs and ahs on your artwork when you're posting it, or when you're at a show, or when someone's in your house and they see a piece of artwork on the wall that belongs to you that you've created. But yet getting someone to pull out their credit card is a whole different thing. You might be saying, I'm just not good at business. You might be saying, I'm not good at sales. You might be saying, I don't know what to say when someone actually comments on my artwork. Okay. So as a business coach, I'm going to tell you this: find a way to get those things off your plate. Either outsource it or automate it. You know you can do this. I know you can do this. I watch Art Bosses do it every single year. You've had the taste of freedom. You're here because someone has purchased your artwork. Someone has given you the support that you need to be like, I have a gold mine here. You've had a sale here or there, but you need more. And that's why I'm so excited today to talk about lead generation, okay? Your artwork is a gold mine. And I say that with full confidence. Even if someone's like, well, I don't know if my artwork's good enough. I'm going to tell you right now that your artwork is important. It's the foundation of a belief system and confidence that you have to have. If you don't believe that what you do is important, I'm not sure that you have what you need in order to actually set up a profitable and a successful business. So I'm going to ask you this. Do you believe that your artwork is important? Does it make people happy when they look at it? Does it allow for you to connect with people? Does it allow for you to send a message out? I read about the healing arts. Does it allow for you to connect people who are suffering with a piece of a physically manifested piece of artwork that allows for them to get confidence, calmness, boldness? Okay. Yes, 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 yes. Your artwork is important. Your artwork impacts people. Your art, God love you guys. Your art is worth more than the supplies it's printed on or it's created on. Okay. It's worth more than that. It's worth thousands of dollars. And if you don't have a product that you can sell for $1,000, we need to talk. Okay. We need to talk. Your artwork stops the scroll. And your artwork, listen to this, your artwork is easy to sell when you have a framework. Let me share with you. Every single week, I'm in mastermind groups with other business owners in other industries. I'm sitting with them in mastermind groups, problem solving, how to sell more product, whether it's artwork, shoestrings, cars, whatever it is. And when I start talking about some of the concerns and problems that we have when we're trying to sell artwork, the other business owners get jealous. They're like, wait, you're telling me that your cost per lead is under $5? I'm telling you, most businesses are looking cost per leads in the $50, $60, $100 range. Okay. When I start sharing that, it's easy to attract clients because our artwork is stunning and it just stops the scroll. And then we can start talking to those people and closing them. Literally, these business owners look at me and go, oh, I'm so sorry. You have such horrible problems. They can see them starting to run the numbers in their head and they're like, oh my goodness, maybe I'm in the wrong industry, until they realize that they're not artists and they can't do this. Okay. You can do this. And I want you to commit to your art business for as long as you want your art business to make money. Okay. We have to be doing that. And the Art Boss formula is a framework that works. It works when you work the framework. So today we're going to be talking about lead generation. I'm going to throw out the buzzwords: list building, finding customers. Lead generation is a hidden ROI. We talked yesterday about all the different kinds of ROI. And if you're unwilling to spend the time to find leads, you're never going to close sales. Okay. You can say, I just want to focus on closing sales. I don't want to ever find customers who want to buy my artwork. It just doesn't make sense. This is a key element in your business. It's a key element in the systems that we're teaching. Okay. So how big I'm reading. Okay. I love it. Stops the scroll. Oh my gosh. I see someone stops the scroll. And I'll tell you that if we're friends in Facebook, if I see your work in Instagram, I'm like scroll stopping. I'm like stunning. I'm like fabulous. When I do that for you, if you're following me, I know that comments and engagement help you get better reach. So I'm serving you guys. When your stuff comes up inside of my feed, I'm going to tell you scroll stopping. And now you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. And it's just something that I love to do. Okay. So let's talk about list building. Let's talk about assets. Let's talk about leads. Who has leads? Okay. Just say me in the comments. I have leads. Does anybody have leads? Me, I have leads. I want you to start thinking, do you have any followers in social media? Then you should be saying me. Do you have an email list? Say me. Okay. When we are looking at lead generation, we start with the leads we have, and then we continue to add new leads to our list. Okay. Me. I hope you're saying me. You should have at minimum followers in social media. You should have Facebook followers, Instagram followers. Now, let me ask you, how about your emails? I want to know about email list. Okay. Because We talked yesterday about the tools that we need in order to be successful so that we can be engaging with people online, like in our social media, and offline in our emails. So I want to know who has an email list with 100 people or more. So just put the number 100 so that I know. Do you have an email list with at least 100 people? Just put 100. Okay. Email's non-existent. It's okay because we can build one. Does not take long to build email lists. Okay. Not at all. You have a lead generation machine. What we're going to talk about today, you'll get 200 leads in a month. Okay. So for someone who's like, I don't have any yet, no worries. I'm not worried about it. I want to get a feel for where you are. How about you have 1,000 leads? I have 1,000 leads. Just put the number 1,000. 1,000 leads is the place where you can start looking at the size and you can start putting a dollar value to it. Okay. So I love when we have 1,000 or more. Anybody have 1,000 emails or more? Okay. Just put 1,000. What about 5,000? Anybody have 5,000? Okay. How about 10,000? Anybody have 10,000? Okay. If you have more than 2,000 leads, okay. We have some thousands popping in here. Awesome. If you have more than 2,000 leads, okay, you even have 1,000 leads, I'm going to tell you. If you have 2,000 leads, you have money sitting right here in front of you that you just haven't tapped into, okay? You literally have a basket full of leads, and we just need to we call it waking up your email list. We just need to wake it up. We just need to wake it up. So we're going to start building our lead generation machine. I want you to imagine this, okay? And so for some of you, you're like, oh my gosh, this can blow your mind. I want you to have 2,000 leads by the end of this year. I want you to have a system and a tool, an automated lead generation machine that's bringing in 2,000 leads, okay? It's really easy peasy. That's less than 200 leads in a month, okay? It's super easy. During the December, it was called the holiday show. I showed you, I did it, I led by example. I showed you how to put 200 leads, okay, collect 200 leads in 10 days and close 20K, okay, at the end of the year when everybody was like, oh, I'm running out of Christmas money. Oh, I don't have any more money, okay? So 200 leads, easy peasy, not a big deal when you have a system to do that. Someone yesterday commented on conversion rates, which it actually was like so glad when I saw someone say the average conversion rate is 3%. And yes, businesses do cartwheels over 3% conversion rates. Another reason why the mastermind groups that I'm in, they're like, you guys get 3 to 10% conversion rates. They're running off of like a 1% conversion rate for many of them. Okay. So, and they're $1 million businesses. So they're like, oh my gosh, you guys run off of 3%. So let's do the numbers. If you're bringing in 200 leads a month, that means you over 2,000 a year, right? At a 3% conversion rate, that's 60 sales a year. 60 sales. Okay. Now you have the choice to sell them a $10 offer or a $1,000 offer. I mean, to me, I know which one I want you to sell them. But if you don't have a $1,000 offer, you don't have a piece of artwork that you can close for $1,000. I've already told you this. We need to talk. Okay. I need to understand why. But do the math. 60 sales, $1,000, 60K a year. Okay. It becomes really easy. Okay. So what did we just do here? I took 60 seconds. I created a sales plan. And now let's set up the lead generation machine you need in order to get those 200 leads every single month. I'm talking have it automated. You're getting it every single month, 200 leads. It's out there running while you're sleeping, while you're on vacation, while you're hanging out with your kids, with your family. Okay. So don't you wish that it was easy as just winging it? Okay. Don't you wish that maybe you just had to set up a website, post here and there a couple times, and your artwork would just fly off the shelf? Well, just like almost everything in life, when you wing it, you don't always get what you want. So we're going to be digging in today, and we're going to be really looking at that first thing we need to do to get our leads coming in, to start getting a return on investment. So I want you to grab a comfy spot in your house, a comfy spot in your studio, right? Grab something to drink, grab a pen, grab that workbook. We're going to be looking at that workbook, okay? Grab a workbook because we are going to dig on in. Okay, I hit the mute button when I did that. I want to make sure that I'm off mute. Would I usually be like, hey, Rita, am I still muted? So I'm going to ask you guys for a little bit of help. Okay. Am I muted? Because I don't want to go into oh, Rita's here. Rita's here. Oh, I'm so glad. Okay. I can hear you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Rita, it's good to have you, girl. I was letting everybody know that you weren't going to be able to be here today. So I'm so excited to be able to just be here today with you guys. Okay. So my name is Rena Uha. For those of you who popped in a little bit later, we are going to spend today talking about lead generation. Okay. The online market. Okay. We know that it is the future. Even for those of us who are still selling in art licensing, in shows, in galleries, we're kind of looking and seeing what the wave of the future is. And for some of us, our galleries and shows aren't keeping up as fast as when we're looking around at our friends in competition and they're starting to really like leverage the power of the online market. The online market is becoming more sophisticated. It's becoming more saturated and it's becoming more expensive to navigate. Now is the time to get in when there's still no cost per entry. Like you can just literally go online and sell. There's no one telling you can't do it. There's no one saying you have to pay to have access to all of these customers in Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, right? You have the ability to be communicating and sharing your product with the world for free. Early entry means lower cost, okay, for getting, and you're going to be able to get ahead. Also means that when you're leveraging the power of the tools that are here, you can see the shifts in the marketplace and you can get ahead of them. Okay. So I know that like what's not working. I talk to hundreds of artists, thousands of artists some months that are telling me what's not working. We're sitting down and we're talking and they're like, shotgun really doesn't work. Winging it isn't quite cutting it for me. I have a trickle of sales, but it's not enough and I want more. Posting picture and price, like picture, price, and hearing crickets is just frustrating. Hearing, oh my gosh, that's beautiful, but then not knowing what to say to follow up is like awkward and it makes you feel like a salesy weirdo if you pounce on someone, right? So we know that doesn't quite work. Feeling, this is what really doesn't work because these are words straight from artists that I work with. I'm tired of feeling like a dancing monkey. I'm afraid to say the wrong things. Okay. What about the scammers? What about the spammers? What about the rude people? Okay. All of those things, they're just not working. Dabbling in social media is just a time zapper. Social media posting fatigue is real. And if we're not doing it the right way, it's exactly the reason why you're overwhelmed and exhausted and like the online market isn't working. Imagine this. Imagine this. If you could forever unchain yourself from the tasks that are time zappers. Okay. Everybody's like, get me away from my computer, get me back into my art studio. We have to have automations. This is the lovely part. We set it up once and we let it do its work. Or we could do all this manually. A lot of artists are asking me, do I have to have the tools? And I'm like, no, but you have to do the work and it becomes manual. We need to be able to have the systems and tools that simplify what we're doing, doesn't have us scattered and trying to do it everywhere so that we can see the clarity in what's working and what's not working. So here's what I'm going to give you an action item. Okay. So for those of you who are interested in working with us for 3 months for free, I've been letting you know there's some action items that I want you to do. You don't even have to write this one down. You don't have to like send it to me or anything, but I want you to be doing this. I want you to look inside of your business. Every single week, I want you to pick one thing that you can start automating. This is exactly what I do. Every single week, I write down everything that I do. And on Friday, usually in the morning, usually early, I take a look at that list and I pick one of the action items. And it doesn't mean I get it done that day. It just means I make a plan to get those things automated. So how about if today we talk about automating your lead generation? Does that sound good? Does that sound good? Okay. So let's go ahead, and I got to do a little bit of housekeeping before we jump into the presentation slides. But I want you to know that in 2012, let me pop up my presentation, add to the stage. There we go. In 2012, I walked away from the corporate world. Okay. I knew that it was the answer. Over the years since 2012, I've tried all the different income streams. I've already told you this, everything from galleries to shows, to art licensing, to grant writing. I'm at risk for being a dabbler and the chaser of everything shiny. Okay. So I know, I understand what it's like. And when I was, since 2012, when I first got out there and I was selling my artwork, it usually was selected, didn't matter where I lived. I would go into the galleries and I'd be like, hey, do you have space that I can rent out of the back of your gallery? I would usually have a space behind the main gallery. I worked there all the time. I let people into my studios, and artists started coming to me and they started saying things like, hey, I love your style. Can I pay you to show me how to paint like you do? And I was like, well, okay, that's totally cool. I mean, again, I've taught art classes too. I've tried it all. And what I found was nobody really wanted to know how to paint like me. They wanted to know how I was selling so much artwork. Okay. So when I decided to leave the corporate world, I thought, oh my gosh, it's going to be easy. I would sell truckloads of paper. I would sell clinical trials. I would upsell large corporate clients and healthcare companies. Like I'd upsell them and get them to purchase even more, like concept testing and product testing. I mean, it was just something that I was able to do. But when I moved into the online market and when I first started selling my artwork back in 2012, I was shocked at how hard it was to sell artwork. Okay. So I want you to know this. You're not alone. Okay. As business owners, as art business owners, we have to like wear all the hats. We're wearing everything from, we're creating our P&Ls. We have to create our artwork. We have to find our clients. We have to deliver. We have to we're responsible for everything. And sometimes this is how I feel. I'm like, I'm all alone and no one understands what this is like. But I'm going to tell you right now, you don't have to be alone. You don't have to feel that you're all alone. And I'm going to put this out there. Okay. I can say without a doubt, if I was still winging it and still in research paralysis and still dabbling, I would be plateaued exactly where I was in 2020 or 2012. Okay. Trying a little bit here, trying to do this and that. Even though I was doing all right, I was doing more than all right. I was doing better than everybody else I knew. I still had plateaued. Okay. My friends, this is the answer. Here's where my aha came. When I saw that there was a framework, when I started seeing the huge framework, a correct order to do things, my sales fell into place. And when I stopped trying to do this all on my own, okay, I'm going to say it, just using my friends and family to ask business questions, my friends and family who were really not qualified to help an entrepreneur. When I stopped just relying on those people for business advice and started to shift and rely on industry experts, that's what created the consistent monthly income. Okay. So you've seen the tools and the systems that we use here. And I said it before, I love today because it's about lead generation, which is that hidden ROI. Okay. This is the place where we can automate first. Okay. So real quick, I already told you this. We're working with over 3,000 artists this week. Okay. Team Art Boss is working super hard. ARTY is an art bot, and she is connecting you and guiding you to all of the tools and resources that you need. She has delivered this to you. Okay. So if you don't have this yet, I will give it to you right now. I'll show you how to get to this without going through ARTY. But this is our studio. And it has everything that you need, all of the replays, all of the resources, okay? It even has the link to how you can sign up and tell us you want to be a part of the 3 months, working with us for 3 months for free. Okay, so let me pop up and show you what it looks like. Let me add this. Okay, here we go. This is what it looks like. You can see at the very top, you might need to write it down, launch.karenauha.com/studio. Hey, Rita, I forgot you were here. If you could put that in a hyperlink, that would be really great for everybody. That would be awesome if you can grab that. So it's launch.karenauha.com/studio. Everything that you need If you still need that workbook, you click right here. If you have a question for Team Art Boss, you click right here. If you want to be a part of the giveaway, you click right here, or click on that pink thing. You want to watch yesterday's replay, you click right here. You want last night's homework and resource, you click right here. Today, after we're finished training, you will see that there is a day 2 replay. Super amazing. That is why we love ARTY, because she gives us access to everything that we need. Okay, so, and if you're like one of the few people who are like, my messenger doesn't work, okay, I just gave you the link so you can get there on your own. There it is. There it is, launch.karenauha.com/studio. This is Team Art Boss. I'm going to spend a minute bragging on them today. Okay. When you work with Team Art Boss, it's not just me. I have worked really hard over the last years, really connecting with super amazing coaches and industry experts so that you can be like learning how to do all of the things in your business. Miss Rita, she's our community manager. She's here today inside of the comments. We have Katie Ford, who is an expert in all things tech. I'm going to say specifically that champagne room. We have Diana, who is our Facebook ads manager, and we have Shauna St. James, who is our content creator and an AI expert. Okay. So we have all of that. I just showed you. You have everything that you can watch and replay. We're getting you daily reminders, live training at 1 p.m. And that last little thing there, don't forget, we'll talk about it a little bit more, but we have that huge announcement to be able to work with us for 3 months for free. Okay. The schedule, here we go. We're on day 2. Okay. We're going to be talking about lead generation. And tomorrow, I want to talk about tomorrow. That's Thursday. It's the last day of the challenge. We're talking about closing sales. We're talking about making money. Okay. So I love today, but probably my favorite day is talking about how we use the whole system to close sales. We're going to give you a roadmap. We're going to give you your sales roadmap. So make sure you grab that training as well tomorrow. And then on Friday, the challenge is officially over, but yet we're still delivering bonus content. We're going to have a laser focused coaching call. It's in a Zoom room because I want to see your faces. I want to look at your businesses. I want to help you uncover what you need to be doing next. So go ahead and make sure that you grab you have to actually get your VIP pass for that. Okay. And you can do that inside of that studio that I just showed you. Perfect. The huge announcement. If you weren't here yesterday, you're going to need to watch the replay because all this content builds. But here it is in a summary. We're going to go into more detail later. You guys can work with us for 3 months for free, and I'm going to give you free access. I'm going to actually pay for your access to that champagne room. I don't own the champagne room. It's a tool I believe in so much. I can actually, when you're using the champagne room and you show it to me, I can take a look at it. I can quickly identify what is happening in your system, and we can start plugging the leaks. We can start adding the gas, and we can start diagnosing the gaps you have in your selling system. So I believe in it so much that I'm providing it for you for free. Okay. Cool. Cool. Housekeeping is finished. Let's jump into training. Okay. If you haven't yet, okay, you need to be downloading the workbook. This is what we covered yesterday. And I'm not going to go through it all because we just rewatched the training from yesterday, but this is the Art Boss formula. It is a 3-step program that allows for you to collect leads, connect with your leads, and close your leads. Before you can collect your leads, you do need a container to put your leads in. And after you have that 3 steps set up, it's so easy for us to diagnose what's happening in your business. And then we can start automating it. Okay. We want to fix and refine our system before we automate it. Okay. So today we're going to be talking about collecting leads. We got a lot today. And we're going to be talking about connecting with our leads. So that is the goal for today. Is we're going to be talking about collecting and connecting. Okay. So before we get started, since we're talking about lead generation, I want to get a feel for where you guys are. Okay. What is your biggest challenge, I put in parens, or fear, because I think sometimes a lot of this comes down to inactivity, and inaction is just based in fear. What is your biggest challenge or fear in finding clients and or talking to clients? Okay, so go ahead. I need to get a drink of water real quick. Tell me what's stopping you. Go for it. Give Rita needs a minute. Rita needs a minute. Someone's like, I'm starting from scratch. So you don't have any leads yet. Starting from scratch. Anybody else? What's your biggest challenge in finding leads? Rejection, imposter syndrome, talking about my art, getting people to sign up for my email list. Oh, this one. I don't want them to think that I'm pushy. And then, and then not that my artwork is worth the price. Okay, so perfect. Keep going. Won't accept my POV. Not knowing if, okay, it's going really fast, so I'm missing some of these, but I think we're getting the gist. Okay, getting people to purchase and marketing effectively. Talking about myself. I love that one. Okay, so when we start identifying what our challenges are, we can actually start fixing those what's keeping us from getting what we want. Okay. So this is a big one. I'm bringing it up right now. I figured I would have someone, at least one person, but a lot of people are commenting about this. You don't want to be a salesy weirdo. My good friend Molly Mahoney, she talks a lot about being a salesy weirdo and how you avoid being a salesy weirdo. Here's the thing. When I work with, sorry, I have a little bit of when I work with new clients, and when they say, oh, I don't want to be in front of my social media. Oh, I don't want to send emails. Oh, I don't want to talk to my customers because I don't want to look like pushy or like a used car salesman or right, or the salesy weirdo. I love that term. Thank you, Molly Mahoney. Here's the thing. When I open up their social media, when I open up what they're doing, they actually kind of are creating self-fulfilling prophecies, and they actually do look like salesy weirdos because they think, oh, I'm just going to post a picture and a price and hide behind my social media. But the minute someone says beautiful, I love it, they like pounce on them. Okay. So we want to make sure that if our biggest worry is that we're going to be a salesy weirdo, then we have to set up a system that allows for us to walk our most beautiful, most dreamy clients down the path to the sale. Okay, so if you haven't put out your workbook yet, there was tons of training that I gave you before this, but this is what's in your workbook. It's it's this little guy walking down the path to the sale. Okay. We're going to be talking about, this is our client. This is our ideal client. They got lots of stuff going on in their head. Okay. They're most likely not waking up in the morning and going, oh, I'm going to go to Ren's website and see what she has for sale today. Okay. We have to stay in their universe, and we have to start giving them everything they need to say yes, so that when we make our offers, they're pulling out their credit cards. What's going on in our ideal client's head? They have things that they're worried about. They have things they're thinking about. Things are going on in their head. And when we actually embrace, today is a strategy. This is a strategy. Okay. So I've been talking to you about systems and tools. This is the only strategy I'm going to give you. Okay. This is a gold mine. Okay. So if you guys aren't putting the fire emojis yet, you're going to want to put fire emojis, because this is golden. This content that I'm giving you right now, you're going to need to put the fire. The fire emoji, what I love about it is you kind of have to hunt for it. And so that hunting for it's kinetic learning, and it's going to push into your brain. You're going to be like, okay, path to the sale. This is important. Okay. So the fire emojis, thank you, Denise. It's super important. Okay. I don't just do it just for fun. Oh, let's put the emojis. Well, it is fun. But the reality is, if you put those emojis, this is going to signal to your brain, this shit is important. Okay. Okay, awesome. All right, so path to the sale. It comes down to as simple as this. The path to the sale is identifying the problem that your customer has and then making sure that your offer is the solution to that problem. Period. I'm going to stop right here for a second. This is what I'm going to tell you. I know that someone's out there, they're either typing it in right now or they're thinking it in their heads. They're going, problem? My art doesn't solve a problem. What do you mean artwork solves a problem? I guarantee you, if it's not typed yet, I'm just going to stop you. It's not like art solves cancer, right? Okay. I'm going to tell you, if you believe that your artwork is important, if you said earlier, yes, my artwork is important, I'm going to tell you it has the ability to solve a problem for your ideal client. And this right here, my friends, is the base to your business. When you come to me and you say, I don't know if I'm charging the right price. I don't know if I'm finding the right people. I don't know why I'm not selling more artwork. I'm always going back to this slide in my head, and I want you to help me by telling me what is your problem to solution. So let's do this. I'm going to sneeze too. Let's do this. Let me make this a little bit bigger so you can see it. Oop. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Our future customers are stuck. They need artwork. They may not even know why they need it. It's our job to start communicating that we understand that they have a problem, okay? And we need to make sure it's aligned with, on the other side, the solution. Our customers need our products to solve their problems. That's it. That's as simple as it is. If you haven't thought about it this way, that's totally cool. Okay. This reframe and the way that you're thinking about this, okay, this is the shift that you need to go from transact like a salesy weirdo. Hey, I got this. Do you want to buy it? Are you sure? How much? Oh, you don't want to pay that much? Well, then you only have to pay this much. That's transactional selling. This is the framework for being able to move to transformational selling. And when we have products that are in the luxury market, that are in the luxury price point, this is super foundational. This is huge. You have to get this right, or you're going to be finding the wrong leads. Simple as that. Once we get clarity on our problem to solution, now we need to map out the path to the sale for our client. Each one of those little pink dots represents a piece of content, a contact point that you have with your ideal client. It represents everything you need to give to your ideal client for them to say yes and pull out their credit cards when you make your offers. It can be and post in your social media. It could be an email. It could be a time you send them to your website. It could be an offer to grab a consultation call. It could be the time that they move into your Facebook group. It could be a time where they see you on Instagram. It could. When we get clarity on our problem to solution, then every single business has a unique path to the sale. And we want you to have that path, okay? Because this is what's so exciting. I'm getting so excited here. One piece of content that has your ideal client saying, tell me more, is what we're looking to do. That is it. We have to have multiple engagements, multiple pieces of content. But as you start building this out, you're going to notice there is a subset and a smaller group of like content actions that your ideal clients are going to be taking that are going to start pulling them away from the pack. Okay. So we pull out one of those pieces of content and we call it the content that converts. It allows for us to start tracking engagement and we can start measuring purchase intent. Super crazy, super amazing, because here's a perfect example. We have Sandra. Sandra's an art boss. And at the very top, she's like, oh my gosh, since joining the Art Boss, my confidence has raised, and even my clients comment on how much more confident I am. But she has one post that closes sales. She shared, this was right before Christmas time. Okay. She's like, I just put a post on Monday, right? Commission's still in time for Christmas, and I got 6 in. She's like, blimey, I'm going to be drawing in my sleep. Okay. She's like, never mind. I'm not complaining. This is fantastic. Okay. We see this a lot. We go from where our clients' problems are trying to find clients to where they're like, they don't know how they're going to deliver all the sales that they're making. So it's very, very common. Here's the thing about Sandra. She has one post that closes sales, but she is delivering the full path to the sale behind that. It's not just the one post, but it is one post that is actually, she's pulled out and she's like, this is my engagement piece. Super sweet when that happens. Super amazing when that happens. Okay. So I know, here, let me pop this back up. I know this is what you're saying. You're like, well, show me your post. Okay. Well, I'll give you examples. I'll give you examples. Okay. So I want you to see this. Before I show you the examples, if you walk away and you're like, oh, there's just one post that I need in order to close 7 figures in art, you're missing the full point. We have to have the problem to solution. And when we start identifying all the things that our ideal clients need to say yes, we can start finding pieces of content that are super powerful. And they can be super simple. They can be one of your most popular pieces of artwork, or they could be something as simple as showing a picture of your pet or a picture of your studio. So I'm going to be showing you pieces I pulled straight out of my own social media that I know, especially for pet portraits, especially for artwork around the holidays. Okay. I'm going to show you content that converts for like closing sales. Okay. But if you just take these 3 posts and you use them and you're like, I'm not getting any engagement, I'm going to tell you it's because you don't have the system built around it. So let's do it. Let's do it. I'm going to pop it back in and we're going to take a look at it. Okay. So here we go. Some examples. You've seen them in 3 words. Okay. In 3 words, why do you like to go hiking? In 3 words, why do you like your pet? Why do you love your pet? In 3 words, why is your pet cuter than everybody else's? You can see 140 some, I think I don't have my readers on, 140 some comments. Comments. I'm not talking likes and hearts, comments. You've seen this post. You know what I'm talking about. In December, that picture, that's one of my most popular paintings that I created back in 2012, still sell a boatload of them. It's a piece of art that we can use to create social media campaigns and also email campaigns. I used it without paying 1 penny in ads to find 200 leads in 10 days that closed 20K in December. This post, you know, I do pet portraits. Look what's in the little heart. I'm going to tell you a little story about it. And I shared the story too. Okay. Way back in the day, we fostered kittens. Like I fostered kittens for probably 4 years. So I have a whole series of posts in my social media called Kittens in the Kitchen, like where I just all these pictures of kittens that we had in the kitchen. And it's now been years. My daughter is now 23 years old and she moved to Dallas and she came home for the weekend with a foster kitty. I was like, what are you doing? She's like, Mom, I just thought I'd foster. Anyway, she had to go see the rest of her friends. She took Furby, her name was Furby, popped her in the seat behind me, right? And I took a picture, okay? I took a picture because when I told you last week, post a picture of your studios, the more chaos, the better, it's because I know that studio shots are a super amazing content that converts to sales. Whether I'm selling pet portraits, okay, doesn't matter what, people want to see behind the scenes. They want to see that I'm an artist and they want to see behind the scenes. And this is powerful content. I hope that you post a picture of your studios inside of the Art Boss Challenge group. It's not too late. Okay. Here's what I heard. I put out a challenge. Share a picture of your studio. Do you know the objections I got? Everything's too messy. I don't. Oh, you want me to clean? Someone literally said, oh, you want me to clean my studio? I'm like, what? No, I don't want to. I want you to show the chaos. If you look in the background, I know when that was. I know what studio that was. We were moving 600 miles across the country. A couple of weeks later, I can see my moving boxes. Okay. I know that people want to see not just behind the scenes, they want to see you and they want to see you in your element. And as artists, this stuff stops the scroll. Okay. You can also see, why do I have this twice? I don't just post something once and go, I didn't get any engagement. I'm going to post it multiple places. I'm going to post it in places where I'm going to get engagement. I have, I think each of these were taken after the next day. So it looks like around 60 comments. Okay. Juicy. People like, I love kittens, sharing pictures of their kittens with me. Okay. So now go ahead, take the content, run with it. If it doesn't close sales, maybe it's because you haven't built the system yet. Okay. So this isn't shotgun. This isn't like willy-nilly. This isn't like just winging it. This is a very specific post that sit inside of what we like to call a posting strategy or a social media campaign. Okay. There's a strategy behind this. And this is Cindy. I love Cindy. I love her artwork. I love what she stands for. And she shared that when she used one of the Art Boss social media campaigns, we call them powerhouse combinations. Her goal was to get people to sign up for her email list. That was her goal. It was a lead generation goal. And she's like, just from these posts, I just closed 2 sales that were over 3K or like just shy. That one was just shy of 3K. Guess what? She uses that combination every single month now because do you know what? I don't know about you, but 3K is pretty sweet to make in 1 week. Okay. I know I want you to have a second to soak this in. And I know you have questions. Okay. So we're not quite yet at Q&A. I told you that today was going to be a little bit longer. We have a lot of content to cover. Okay. But we're going to do a Q&A. I know you have questions, but hold on to them until the end because I just shared the system. I shared lead generation as a system. I promised you we revamped this challenge because I want to talk about the tools as well. And I want you to start seeing that whether you do this manually or whether you start adding the tools, this is the first thing that I want you to automate in your art businesses. And remember, we talked about this. I'm giving away the champagne room for free for 3 months, and you get to work with our whole team for that entire 3 months as well. Okay. You're going to work with us for 3 months for free. Now, I know that you have questions about like, how do I pull away from the pack? How do I get selected? So let's talk about that. I'm going to select one person to work with for free for 3 months. You're going to get access to the champagne room as well as Team Art Boss to build out your system. So what do you need to do? Well, it's super simple. First, I just want you to sign up and tell me that you're interested. No need in, let me see here, pop this back in and see if I can find it really quick. Here we go. Here it is. I think you should be able to see this. Here's the link at the very top, renauha.com/January24. This is also located inside of that studio, but I just need to know you're interested in it. If you're interested, pop on over here. You only have a little bit more time. We have a day, we have almost 2 days that you can take me up on this offer. It's really for artists who are serious about growing their online sales this year. And one artist is going to pull away from the pack. One artist is going to maximize their results from the challenge. They're going to implement the training. They're going to do the homework. And they're going to work with us for 3 months for free. And I'm going to pay for your spot inside of the champagne room. Okay. That's what we're going to be doing. Okay. So if I'm working with you for 3 months for free and I'm paying for your champagne room, I want you to be a serious business owner. Okay. I want you to have the goal that you want to increase your sales this year. Just this little sliver, the value to this is worth over $13,000. If you just popped into the library that you're getting and download the posts that convert, that's 500 posts that are already pre-written for you. That's $5K. If you hired a copywriter to write 500 posts for you at $10 a pop, it's with charge. It's worth, this is so amazing. Okay. But I'm going to ask you, if you're just going to take a peek and then walk away and just step away and go, I'm not interested and I have to pay for it, let someone else have the spot. I'll let you have a sneak peek behind the scenes if you want to just take a look at it at first. Heck, we'll take a look at it later today during Q&A. Oh my goodness, we'll take a look at it at the laser focused coaching. If you want to see more behind the scenes of the champagne room, I'll show it to you then. And even tomorrow, I'll be offering you opportunities to have a clarity call. I'll show it to you then. Okay. So step away if you're just going to be like, you're just going to tinker with it. This is for people who really want to get results. Okay. Okay. So first thing that we work on when we're in here is building out your lead generation. Okay. I want you to get your quickest ROI, and the quickest ROI is getting leads. We pop in here, we make sure that you have a lead magnet, we hook it up, we put it live, and you can either run organic traffic to it or you can run paid traffic, your choice. Okay. If you want me to build it for you and run your ads for you, that's something we can talk about later. Okay, so let's take a look at really what that tool looks like before we go into Q&A. I want you to see what this tool looks like. And let me pop this back in. Okay, this tool, it's called the Champagne Room. It does the heavy lifting of sales and marketing for you. We're talking today about collecting leads. We create a lead generation machine. We also are talking about how do we walk them down the path to the sale. We have to have outbound messaging. Gone are the days where we're going to set up a website and then sit back in our chairs and go, I hope somebody finds me. Instead, we're going to be proactive and we're going to send out email campaigns and social media campaigns. So I'm going to show you inside the Champagne Room what that looks like. Tomorrow, this little guy on the right that says closing data and tracking, that's what we're talking about tomorrow. You want to know how to close with the Champagne Room? When we collect the data, we can run reports and we can start looking at engagement and tracking. It's what allows for us to close more sales. Okay, so this is our lead magnet. Okay, we have to have a lead magnet out there that is constantly running, constantly having people look at our artwork. Here, I want you to see me. Okay. Constantly has people looking at our artwork. Remember when we talked about having something out there that was generating leads while we were sleeping or while we we're on vacation? This is the tool that does it. Okay, so we have to have a lead magnet. Here's what it looks like behind the scenes. Okay, this is what it looks like. I've built templates and sales funnels. I've built email campaigns. I built social media campaigns. And when you purchase the Champagne Room for Artists, you get them all. I've built them out for my own businesses. You can have them. You just need to take those templates and start personalizing them. This is it, just this little gray one, right? You can change your color palette. You can change your bullet points. We show you how to take that plug and play template and actually personalize it so it sells your artwork. And you can see behind it, this is the lead magnet that we used in December. And it has a picture of my artwork, me holding my artwork in my studio. Okay, so we just plug and play it and we go. The second thing that we need to be using inside of the Champagne Room is our outbound messaging. Okay, she's got this little iPad, it looks like, and she's sending out her social media campaigns and her email. We are responsible for engaging our ideal clients, not the other way around. You don't just like post and sit back and go, I hope someone finds me. We are going to start enacting and enabling a proactive process for continuing to walk our clients down the path to the sale. 500 plus social media posts already written for you. Again, I've written them all. I've done it all. You can have them when you're in the Champagne Room. You will get all the email campaigns that are pre-built. You're also getting tracking and engagement. And this is tomorrow, point number 4. I'm going to show you how you see exactly who is dining on your artwork. Gone are the days that you have a website where you can see 5,000 people visited your website, but you don't have their names. We're going to have their names now. That's what we're doing. Okay. This is what the Champagne Room looks like. You're working in a program, plug and play templates, pre-written for art businesses, funnels, email campaigns, and social media campaigns. So free if you're interested, right? So here it is. If you're interested, make sure that you let me know. And I'm really looking and reading through your homework. I'm looking to see when I go, hey, post a picture of your studio. You're doing it. I want to see your artwork. I want to see your social media. Okay. You can be a brand new artist and you don't have much of the setup yet, or you could be an artist who's been working in the art industry for decades. Okay. So it doesn't matter how long you've been doing it. What really matters is I want people who are serious and who are willing to do the work. Okay. So here's the next step. We're going to start heading and closing down today's training, but I want you to know that it's not over. We're going to be working and giving you the Art Boss roadmap. Okay. Tomorrow, we're going to be announcing the winner to the champagne room. So you're going to want to make sure that you join that live training, but you're going to walk away tomorrow with your roadmap because this is what we want for you. Nick, who shared, before COVID, I sold only to my local area in the cities that I could like drive to in a day. After the Art Boss, I'm selling to the world without having to leave the comfort of my home. He's like, and in November, I had my first 20K month. Okay. I want you to see his pet portraits. He does a lot of pop art and pet portraits. It's like amazing. So here's where we're going to do it. Okay. This is my reminder to tell you, put a Q in front of your question, and I'm going to start reading through your questions. Let me look at the time. It's 2:02. Oh, we're doing good. 2:02. I'm going to start taking questions because this is the Q&A. Let's see. Do I have another slide after this? Oh, yeah. So while you're starting to type in your questions, I want you to know there is homework that's already been posted inside of the Art Boss Challenge group. Okay, right here where you're watching this live training. And I want to know, what is the one thing that you'd like to automate in your art business this year? It's totally okay if you're like, I'm not ready for automations, just say that. If there's something you would like to start automating, I want to know. I want to know what it is. Not a super hard question. Okay. You're also getting access to the case studies, and we're starting to introduce you to all of the art bosses. So if today you go in, when you go into your studio, there's also another case study with additional homework. All of it's designed to help move you forward in your business and help get you to start taking the actions you need to get the results that you want. Okay. Once again, absolutely love result-driven strategy. It's what I do. It's what I love to do. And I want you to be able to leverage it too. So we're going to be, as I'm waiting for your questions to be posted in here, I want you to think about this. Okay. What does freedom look like for you? What does it look like? If you had the ability to automate something in your business, what if you had the ability to automate your lead generation? Just start out with that. What would that give you back? Would it mean that you can travel the world now, still find leads, still close sales? Would it mean that you get to like jump around and have fun with your family, spend more time doing the things that you love? Or what about it just means now I can guiltlessly hang out in my art studio creating new artwork. Maybe you just want to sit by the pool and work. Maybe that's like living the dream. Or is it financial freedom? Is it really, it comes down to you see that you have a gold mine. It's now time to start taking your art and taking the sales and the money that you're making to the bank. Okay, so, all right. Let's move into Q&A, and let me see here. Let me pop this back up. Okay, I have 2:02 is the time that I'm looking for, and I'll start taking questions up there. First one. So a lot of you guys are just Facebook users. If your name comes up, I'll use your name. I'm sorry. I'm in StreamYard, so it doesn't always transfer over. It's totally fine. But I will take the first question. It's right here. It is, so the people that responded to your kitten post, how do you turn them into leads? Oh, I'm going to assume, oh, girlfriend, or oh, fella. They are leads. I don't have to turn them. I have their email address, and I have the ability to talk to them on platform and off platform. Okay. So they are leads. They're stepping forward. They're saying, tell me more. Tell me more. Okay. Now, if you just post it If you don't have the system that you've collected their emails, then they're not leads, right? So, um, do you think there is one social media more important than the others? No, I don't. I think that you have to pick a social media platform that makes sense for your business. Allow for me to share an example. Um, I have art bosses who their product is more cerebral. Um, Maybe their artwork is more about social causes. Maybe their artwork is more like industrial looking, right? So maybe sometimes your artwork is more about healing, creating manifestation. Okay. So once we start to get to know your art, I can start recommending really and aligning with social media. So for my artists who are looking for have more of a cerebral product, have more marketing and branding that is more professional, I love LinkedIn. It has a different move and mood, and you kind of approach it a little bit different, but the overall collect, connect, and close is still there. For artists who are looking for example, women who are looking for to manifest and have mantra statements, right? And their artwork represents those. Oh, Facebook is amazing. Instagram is a really great social media platform for scrollers, but it's not for engagement. Okay, so there are so many different platforms out there, and depending on the one that you choose, you need to make sure that you're up to date with the community standards and the practices. You need to make sure that you're up to speed with how you get engagement and pull leads off of those platforms. So the long story is nope, there's not one better than the other. But for you and your particular business, for sure, there is one that you should focus on first. Perfect. Great question. I'm ready to get going. Ready. Okay. And I thought there was a cue in front of that. If you're ready, I'm ready too. Okay. So tomorrow we're going to be talking about closing. Let's do this. Let's get things closed. And also a heads up tomorrow. We're going to be talking about that laser focused coaching session so that I can help you uncover what you need to do next. And tomorrow I will also be offering the opportunity to jump on clarity calls with Team Art Boss. Okay. So lots of stuff happening tomorrow. Looking for the next cue. Oh, I like this question. Are these marketing strategies effective in higher price artwork in the 8,000 and above? And I'm going to tell you when I was like, if you don't have a product that's $1,000, we need to talk, because this strategy is what we need to close those 8K sales. We have to have this strategy. This is a strategy that allows for us to automate those repeatable tasks so that we have the time to automate and personalize with our hot leads, with just the handful of leads that are getting ready to purchase at that 8K price point. So tomorrow I'm going to introduce you to Kate. Okay, she is an art boss. She's been working with us for 3 years. When she first came on board, she was making $5,000 a year, and within the first 6 months of working with us, she went to 80K. And so she was like, "Holy cow!" And she hadn't started using the champagne room yet. Okay, so that's why I'm like, this is kind of crazy. Now, she just, like, this was in October. It was somewhere in October. She came to our CEO meeting and she's like, I just made an offer and I closed 6 sales at $7,000 each. I have $42,000 and everybody wants their paintings tomorrow, right? They're all like, I just paid $7,000 for my painting. Okay. She closes at 40K as well. I just want you to know she closes artwork at 40K. But what she really was like, we had to be built out, instead of building out the lead generation, because that's working, we built out her client management delivery system. Okay. So for those of you who are like, you have an 8K product, let's get those closed. And then when we have to worry about creating the client management system, we can do that inside of the champagne room too. Okay. Perfect. All right. Great question. You can tell I love those questions. Best way to get started and be able to rely on myself and get it done. Yep. Action. We got to take action. Go ahead, and if there's something specific that you want, then let me know. But I just gave you a whole framework on Monday, and I just gave you exactly what you need to do to start building a lead generation machine. So, got to take action. Take action. Um, if we don't win, what would it cost to work with you? Um, Absolutely. Okay. So you know that the champagne room, we don't own that. Okay. So that champagne room is $347 a month. Okay. I'm going to give you the heads up. Every single artist that works with me, I cover your spot in the champagne room. Okay. I believe in that tool so much. I want you to use it because when you use it and you use it correctly, I can see your data and I can then help you identify what you need to do next. Okay. So just recognize that working with us is going to start at minimum in the $300 range. It just depends on what you need help with. Okay. If you're an artist who wants me to build your lead generation machine for you, you're like, yeah, tech. I mean, love it and hate it. I know that it's time consuming. I'd rather have someone actually build it all out for me. Okay. We're talking more than $300. So great question. Tomorrow, I'm going to give you the best, highest transformation option to work with us. It's actually the most affordable way to work with us. So we'll be talking about that tomorrow. What if I don't have a website or Instagram? I'm literally just getting started. Well, I'm so glad that you're here. If you're just getting started, you're not going to have to spend years or decades dabbling and trying to figure it out. Inside of your lovely workbook, you have the whole entire framework and formula. And I'm going to start you exactly where I would start anyone in lead generation, what we exactly talked about today. We need to build list, we need to build emails, and we need to build social media. So it's all about lead generation, especially when you're starting out. If you've been here for decades, you're like, I've been doing this for decades. I love it because then you already have some list. We just need to add more people to your list. So it's the same starting place, same framework. Okay. And if you're just starting out, just be like, look around. I know you can't see anyone in this room, but look around. Because I guarantee you, there are artists here who've been working for years or decades trying to figure it out. Great question. All right, Q. Okay. How do I do this while working full time? You have to have a lead generation machine. You have to. That whole entire automation that we talked about today, if you're working in the corporate world or you're working full time or you have kids, you have to have something that's out there finding leads. Okay. So you're going to need to really grab this tool. Okay. So if you're saying, I don't have extra time, I'm going to tell you that I run 3 businesses. 3. Okay. I have a senior in high school. And if you think that the little ones running around were time zappers, just wait till you have a senior in high school. I have kids that live around the country. I have parents that are aging. Okay. I have in-laws that need us. So I literally travel usually 2 weeks out of the month. I'm traveling. And I'm also still running a coaching business, running an art business, and I also have a vacation rental business. So you want to know how to do it? I'll show you exactly how to do it. Okay. So I love that you have a full-time job, and I'm going to tell you, you're more likely to be successful simply because you're already investing in yourself. Okay. So love it. Absolutely love it. Love manifestation. Perfect. All right. I think we're heading down to, okay, a few more cues. Okay. Do I need a business license if I expect to make great income with your system? I'm going to tell you right now. Okay. I'm going to show you how to make money, but you still need to pay Uncle Sam. You still need to pay your taxes. You still need to have licenses. Okay. If you're at the place in your business where you just need to get started, like I need to know how to get a business license. Okay. Then let's talk. Okay. But the reality is, if you're asking me about business licenses, then you're not running a business yet. Let's get you making some money. And yeah, take your little and walk on down to the courthouse and get yourself a business license for sure. For sure. And pay taxes. If someone else is like, oh, should I be paying taxes? Yes. Yes. So Okay, Q. How quickly can you increase prices? Overnight? I want to know more about your business. I want to know how much you're charging right now. I want you to maximize your prices as fast as possible. Okay. I work with some artists who inch it up. Okay. Who like I'm constantly going, you need to raise your price, you need to raise your price, you need to raise your price. As soon as I have artists who are like, I just sold 6 paintings. I sold 6 paintings and now I got to deliver them by Christmas. I'm like, you need to raise your price. I have artists who close 7 of them or 6 or 7 and then have to deliver them at $7,000. You need to raise your price. Okay. Let's talk. Grab one of the laser focus coaching sessions. Would love to talk to you about that. Okay. So sometimes people inch them up. I usually have to be like, we need to raise our price. I have other artists who just go for it. I love Allie. You'll meet her tomorrow. Allie. She was like, I was charging $500 a piece. I was like, I was done. So I charged $2,500. My client didn't even blink an eye. Okay. She multiplied it by 5. She closed. No problem. She's like, oh my God, how much money have I been leaving on the table? So really need to know more about your business, but it just depends. It's really up to you. I'll always keep you accountable. I'll just keep you accountable. That's my job. Okay. How quickly, the lead magnet / funnel is always an art giveaway. No, it's not. It's not. Are there other kinds? Absolutely. Wondering what is required of us, as I believe you did a live painting raffle on that. Yep, I did. There are multiple different kinds of lead magnets. Great question. Inside of the champagne room, any lead magnet that I built out, I have the framework for you, and so you just decide. You decide. There's a lot of we need to be leveraging multiple different kinds of lead magnets. How much art did she have in her inventory when she began at 5K and went to 80K? Okay. I don't know. Never asked her. I'm only a couple years in and have painted as much as I would love to. So my inventory is in the smaller side. Can this work for me? So the same person who went from 5K to 80K, she's the same person who closed 7 commissions at that, or 6 commissions at 7K. I always get that mixed up. 6 commissions at 7K. It was $42,000. And it was all commission based. Okay. So I don't know how much inventory she has left. Here's the thing. You don't need any inventory. You just need a calendar. That's all you need. If you have a ton of inventory, sure, let's sell your inventory. Facebook user. What other tools can you use to track email addresses from social media lead generation? There are lots of tools out there. I've tried a bunch of them, and I'm just going to say, yeah, we can. You can get engagement tracking. There's a lot of engagement tracking tools. Okay, so great question. How can you capture someone's email without them opting in? Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, they have to opt in. Absolutely right. Have to opt in, and they're getting stricter on that. So make sure that's why you need a tool like the champagne room. I showed it to you. You have to have a little section that says, I want this. And when they click on it, they give you their email. Okay, how do I overcome the money fear and figure out how much my art is worth? We can help you with that. Totally can help you with that. Okay, how do I know the best range to price my art? Is there a way to do this? Yes, we can help you do that. If you guys are wanting to know how to do pricing, that's absolutely a module. I mean, we have training inside of the Art Boss to teach like pricing. Here's my philosophy on pricing. I want to help you be able to maximize your prices. And the way that we do that is exactly what we talked about today. Is the problem to solution. Okay, so I'm just going to take a break. We're going to talk about pricing and we're going to talk about problem to solution. If you are out there using transactional selling methods, here's my artwork, here's a price. You are just literally doing what's called transactional selling. You're like, is it pretty? Do you want to buy it? Okay. When we move to transformational selling, where we actually identify our ideal clients and walk them down the path to the sale, we get clarity on the problems that we solve, and then we show them how our artwork solves that problem. Pricing becomes a non-issue. When you're talking to your clients, you're talking about the transformation, and the price just makes sense because of the transformation that your art gives. Okay. It is a skill set that we teach. It's a skill set that we can help you work through so that you are charging a price that reflects the value of what you do. This is a statement that you'll hear me say. I want you to unapologetically charge a price that reflects how important your artwork is. Done. Okay. So, totally, we've got the systems and the tools that are going to allow for you to do that. All right, we still got questions. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to go for as long as the questions are here. So keep them coming if you want to. Remember that if a lot of times it's easier to have a conversation about some of these questions. So remember, you have access on Friday, same time, but in a Zoom call. It's called the Laser Focus Coaching Meeting, and I'll take a look at your artwork. I'll take a look at your funnels. I'll take a look at your social media. We'll start uncovering what you need to do next. Okay. Assuming our art is ready to sell, but we don't have leads / list, etc., how soon could we expect results from this process? Well, okay, perfect. If you're just starting out, you've got a learning curve. Okay. If you're just starting out, it's the same process. I want you to build a lead generation machine. I want you to have 200 leads in your first month, because until you have leads, you can't close sales. So we want to build out that lead generation machine. I'll either show you how to do it or I'll do it for you. It doesn't matter. You can choose how we're going to do that. But within that first month, you should be getting leads. That's such an important ROI. You can't close sales until you have leads. Okay. Remember, on day one, we also talked about a lot of the other return on investment that comes when you actually love your business. We have to have the clarity, right? What do we need to do next? Businesses pay so much money for just getting clarity. That's why there are mentors. That's why there are consultants out there, and they charge big bucks just to give clarity. Okay. Number two, you have to have that content sitting out inside of your business, whether it's on platform, off platform. You have to have that content that converts to sales. That is another huge return on investment. Your third return on investment is what we focus on. You come in, you start building your lead machine, is because we know that's what you need to start making money. We have to have that. Okay. So I want you making in the first 45 days. If I build that out for you and we get an ad running to that, you're going to get 200 leads in your first month, and we're going to get you on the road to let's get this done. Okay. So it's totally up to you. If you just want to learn how to do it yourself, maybe take a little bit slower path. Okay. I don't know. It's going to depend on how much work you do. It's how fast you want to go, really. So great question. Oh, someone said, when do you sleep? Okay. I couldn't sleep if I didn't have this tool. That's why I'm so passionate about it. And whether you use the champagne room or you find another tool that works for you, I don't really care. Okay. I can help you with this tool because we're so fluent with it. But if you want to use a different tool, but I'm going to tell you, I think it's girlfriend, this is a game changer. And I wouldn't be able to run these businesses if I didn't have the most important things in my business actually happening automatically. Done. There, it's said. Let's see here. Do you think my paintings have to be all one niche to speak in order to be successful? No, I don't. I don't. I don't. And so I need to understand what you mean by niche to have more clarity. So I have more questions for you. Grab a spot at our laser focused coaching. If you really want to look at your offer, what are you offering and how you actually message to that offer? I think we could do that during the laser focused coaching session. Doesn't the engagement with those leads take time? Tell me more, because if you want to close an $8,000 painting, you better believe that you better invest the time it takes to give your ideal client what they need to say yes. Okay. You're going to find One client closes in a day and the next client takes 6 months. Okay. We want to shorten that timeline. So when I start seeing your numbers, when I start seeing what you're doing in that engagement inside of the champagne room, that's when I can start being like, oh, that's too long of a timeline. Okay. But you better believe, you better be willing to work with those people pulling out their credit card for high ticket. Better. Great question. Pay taxes and take the exemptions you can. Woohoo! I like the way you think. I like the way you think. Exemptions. Doesn't the engagement with those leads take, oh, that was, we already talked about that one. Okay, just seeing comments. I'm not seeing questions. Oh, here. When are you really, when you are really shy with this work? Okay, I'm not sure what that question means. When you are really shy. Okay, repost it if you want to reframe that. Can you take leads from other areas in nonprofit and use them? Need to know more about what you're talking about. I'm not sure. Like, I'm intrigued. Do you think that the size of the canvas dictates the price? No. Can a smaller size, say 12 by 16, have a 500 plus sales tag? Yes. Let me give you one example of an art boss who actually charged more for her smaller pieces than her larger pieces. This is a little bit of clarity on problem to solution too. We had an art boss painted super small. She actually loved painting super small. That was what she just was her superpower. And she actually sold to the tiny house market. So we have this whole new generation of people who want to have tiny houses, want to have a smaller footprint, really are interested in artists who are also delivering product with smaller footprint. She leaned in hard and marketed to that. So her little pieces this big were thousands of dollars, right? And whereas a bigger piece, which was less detailed, I don't know why she did it, but less detailed, were actually less expensive. Okay. Because her tiny house market only had, like in their bathroom, only had a little space this big to put a piece of artwork or over the sink. She was rocking it out. Okay. So no. Price is really important. Let's work on your pricing. How do we jump from a history of poorly priced art to mega bucks? I think that's a lot like that question, like how fast can I raise my price? Okay. You just have to be willing to take action. Okay. And it has to sit within your system. Okay. You have to have a support system. Raising your price needs to be supported by the system, the problem to solution. Okay. So great question. Okay. Oh, wait, one last cue. Okay. This is it. This is the last one at 2:28. Okay. This is the last question. So the engagement comes after the serious interest as a part of closing. I'm just trying to see the actual involvement with leads. Engagement it's like a part of the whole entire process. We're going to talk, okay. How do you magnetize your ideal clients? You put your lead magnets out there in social media, and the people who engage become your leads. The people who are your leads, you start engaging, right? Start engaging with them. You start putting information in front of them. You start putting pictures and information in your transformation that you provide, right? You start tracking it. Once you start tracking it, you can clearly see who is getting ready to purchase. You make offers to those people. Okay. So it is a process. And so I know that you're asking a lot of questions about engagement. Okay. Like you're asking a very specific question about engagement. The reality is, this is the big picture thinking. We have to automate the tasks that are time zappers so that we have time left over to engage with our ideal clients who are getting ready to purchase. We have to humanize. We have to humanize with the people who are getting ready to purchase. For closing, I love that. I'm just going to keep using the 8K off the example. For closing an $8,000 sale, you better believe I want to be talking to that person. I don't want to be talking to the 2 million people up at the top of my funnel who just say, ooh, that's pretty. I'm going to run them through a system that's going to allow for me to see who's getting ready to purchase. So this is amazing. Okay. These conversations are helpful for everybody. I want to thank everybody who's asked questions, because we have to start having powerful conversations in communities of people. If you don't know people who are closing six figures, then we can change that right now. We can change that right now. We want to show you tomorrow the system for closing sales. My friends, we're getting down to it. We have a system, and when we use that system to collect leads, connect with the leads, now we can start closing them. And tomorrow, that's what we're talking about. Tomorrow, like I said, I love today, but tomorrow's my favorite day because we're going to be talking about money. We're going to talk about closing sales. You're going to walk away with the roadmap, the whole entire framework we use to close sales. Okay, so it's pretty freaking amazing. You're going to be like, wowza. You're going to be like, great. Now what? And we're going to give you exactly what you need to be doing to close those sales. So join tomorrow. We're going to announce the winner who's going to work with us for the 3 months. If you're still here and you're still interested, I'm serious. I'm looking at the people, okay? The people who are engaging and doing the work, okay? I'm even though I'm very automated for this kind of stuff, I'm spending so much time looking at what you guys are doing, because that's important to me to find the right person to work with. Okay. I'm making a list. Okay. And we're taking this seriously. And then tonight and tomorrow morning, I'm going to work with Team Art Boss. They're watching too. And we're going to pick someone. Okay. This isn't just me picking. Okay. This is also the whole entire team. We're getting together and we're going to be like, so excited. Love doing this. We will chat with you guys again tomorrow. We'll have a Q&A session after the training. And then remember, we have that laser focused coaching on Friday. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great rest of Wednesday. Have a happy hump day. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.